Indeed, yeah.
Onto our fourth track here, though, and we're kind of like breezing through this as we usually do, and it's just good. Goodness, I always say time flies when you're having fun. I'm
Doesn't it
very much
just?
enjoying having Rich on the show here. I do
Yeah,
like
thanks for having me.
the three-person setup here, and I got to say that once again, welcome to the Underground Sound. We are putting the us back into music.
So please do like, subscribe, and share, and let's get your music out there.
We are on song number 4 of the day today. This is episode 11. I want to make a little correction on what I said last week, or I should say the last show, not last week. But I was making a comment towards the end of that show where it was the 10th show, and I said that we have reviewed 50 songs, 20 of which came by way of the Purple Bowl of Destiny. Now, there's only one portion of that that's actually true. 20 of which did come by the way of the Purple Bowl of Destiny, but we have reviewed 100 songs. 10 times 10 episodes is 100 songs. It is not 50. So that's just one correction that I want to make.
Well, I'd like to correct you even more, because remember the first show was about, I'd overestimated the amount we could get through in the time, and it ended up being a marathon 60-hour show and all sorts. And but it was we got through about 13 tracks.
Yeah,
tracks.
we did. We did quite
maybe
a bit.
15.
Yeah, we did quite a bit.
Well, we've reached the 100 mark at least for definite.
Well,
so
let's just say with the let's just say 100 just for the sake of argument here. For the new subscribers that have hopped on board, I hope that you enjoy our show here. For the subscribers that have been here, we hope that you enjoy the show today as it is, and thank you for being around, and thank you for all the new subscribers for actually hopping on board. And we definitely strive to do the best that we can to bring you an entertaining show here with the newest in indie underground music from all genres. As you can tell, we are not fixated on just listening to alternative or alternative rock or heavy metal or Latin, as the Purple Bowl of Destiny has just shown us. We do listen to everyone, and we try to do the best in promoting everyone as we possibly can. So, Carl, what can you tell us about track number 4 for today?
Okay, track number 4 is by artist Koha, Koha, and the song is called Guide It to the End. Now, Koha is from, I think, solo singer-songwriter from New Jersey in the USA. This one tells the story of a couple who find each other during a hard time in their lives, only to grow apart as one decided to take whatever steps necessary to improve their situation without considering the other one or the ethics of what they're doing. And I'm thinking, is this the writer has done bad and just trying to sort of make good and make amends, or is this a man scorned? Who knows? We shall find out when we hear it.
Boy. That does sound interesting.
Deep, heavy relationship stuff here.
I guess. Hey, 11 followers, 125 plays. Not too bad starting off for Koha here. Also available on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Says please consider liking on Spotify. We do support that statement as well. Please do consider liking on Spotify. Remember that you can find the links to these artists in the video description below. Go and show them some love. Without further ado, let's check this one out. This is Koha, Guide It to the End.
Through the eyes that cannot see, beyond the hands that had no dream, took a chance through a doubt. There was a mask, a spark, excuse to take us far. In the small and cluttered room, a light of something new, a fuel, a hope, a struggle, few, a kiss, the cold, it's me and you. Come to make true, and not to right by you. Guide it to the end, give it words to speak, bring it now to life and see all that it could be. Close the thoughts away, best when I stay. It's not hopeless, let me as our part, just enough for a start. There you are, a joy, a warmth, a step to take us far. Unsure if we'll make do, it cheapens something good. We talk, you walk, it's me and you, but now it's up and I go through. Make do, falls true. Undo me and you, guided to the end. Give it worse to steer. Bring it now to life and see all that it could be. Close the thoughts away. Best when I stay. It's not hopeless. Let me eyes now see. When all time is up and the hind gives up, when the hate runs cold and all the stars grow old, still they linger on till they've moved on. The story ends this time, leaves no mark of us.
Guest commentator, Mr. Rich Davis, give us your thoughts, sir.
Yes, I like that. I like the acoustic guitar and also that sort of shimmering guitar in the background, which I think goes pretty well all the way through the track, is really nice. It really complements it. The vocals come through great. I think there's quite a lot of reverb on the vocals, but it suits the track really, really well. That sort of style I like. You know, I like the sort of style of playing in this case. I think it's really nice. It's a really nice track. I suppose it's like a sort of like a ballad. I suppose you could say it is, but it reminds me. I think somebody put a comment on there, and I thought, yeah, I agree with that. They mentioned Sting, and I was thinking of Fields of Gold. I know it's not quite the same, but that sort of vocal with that sort of guitar style, it did remind me a bit of that. But I thought the production was excellent. I thought the voice was strong, very well produced. The vocals, the lyrics were very meaningful. You know, it told a story from my point of view. And that's something I would listen to again, definitely. I thought it was a very well-produced song. I liked it.
Mm.
That's the sort of thing I like listening to. Yeah, that's definitely got a thumbs up from me, 100%.
Awesome. Carlos Fandango.
Yeah, interesting you should say about Sting, because I've written that. I didn't write that in my comments originally on the track, but I did write it down just then because I was thinking, it sounds like another artist, and I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah.
It's something from the noughties, but then I suddenly thought, stylistically and the vocal as well, that sort of smooth, sort of husky voice, you've got the Sting sound. So that's the sort of song that Sting would do these days. So right, this is not a criticism, but this is a very radio-friendly and contemporary voice and a good, well-produced professional song. Lovely little guitar intro as well that gets your attention. I feel like it could build more, but then I think in reality, the track is probably handled the way it should be, and it's just, it's that kind of song. It's a contemplative, reflective relationship song. It's relatable to a lot of people who have been going through relationship troubles, difficulties, and angst and woes. So it's definitely something that people could hook onto and think about. Modern day ballad sort of style. For me, it's not. I like stuff that really catches my interest and is a lot more happening, and it's sort of very like on a sort of even keel all the way through the song. So for me, it's not yes, I recognise that a lot of people like this kind of music these days, and it's very radio friendly. So, and I like it. It's a good song, but it's the difference between the sort of song that Sting used to write with the Police to what the sort of songs he does now, which is fine, but they are kind of not as outstanding as they were, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, he still writes good songs, but it's not quite the same. But this is a good song. It's definitely, you know, this is the sort of songs you hear on the radio that are hits. So, yeah, that's all I could. That's the main thing I can say, which is a big compliment, really.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this much. I didn't think about the Sting correlation either. I was trying to put my finger on it, and you know, I actually wrote down Griffin Bryce, because if you remember Griffin Bryce from the last episode that we had with the song Sun Chaser. So,
oh yes, yeah.
It kind of really reminded me of that kind of vibe. Whereas Griffin was a bit more poppy, this one was a bit more rocky. I think the vocals were in this one were kind of like overpowering a little bit at certain points. So it kind of like makes me think that it was done probably in a few takes. You know, take the best one and meld them together, and they just need a little bit of equalization. But overall, to your point here, it's a very relatable song. We've had, I think, 1, 2, 3. I think this would be the fourth kind of like breakup song that there is, and like kind of like you know, really makes you sit down and think and contemplate with the lyrics, because the lyrics overall are good. It was just from the production standpoint, as Rich was mentioning, that there's a lot of reverb in the vocals. I think I think that reverb kind of like just pushed those vocals a little bit over the instruments, and then kind of like the auto correction later on made the vocals kind of like compensate. I'm sorry, made the instruments kind of compensate a little bit over the vocals. But overall, great song. Once again, radio friendly. Little work to be done, but if this is what we're going to expect from Koha, then you know, I think that there's more good things in the future, I'm going to say. My personal stance on that. So very well done.